Welcome everybody, it's Selman. In this video we are going to be talking about another Willard Wyler quote, and this one is really juicy. And of course there's another one of those quotes I actually didn't have in my original video playing the rest of them, but I'm not doing it on purpose, but for some reason the ones that I originally missed seem to be very juicy. I have no idea why, but anyways, this quote is actually talking about Arthur McIntosh, of course the Rat King from Shell and Shuffle, and Pam Grier, and why Pam Grier was even sent to Shell and Shuffle in the first place, and what Arthur McIntosh was doing inside Shell and Shuffle, and it's very interesting. So I'm going to play it for you guys right now. Of course we'll come right back and talk about this.
You have survived the filthy streets of New York. Arthur made certain of that. He too once showed immense promise, but like many of the others he became obsessed with my demise and sought to control my film, my world. Foolish imbecile. It was Pamela that I would send to rid me of his menace. She was such a prospect. I still see the good in her, but I require more than that. Sally could be that greatness. She believes in Pamela, and through her a path that was once narrow for others has blossomed. It is conceivable that the events of their meeting will catapult her through what none have survived. Only time will tell, young Sally. Only time will tell.
So if you guys heard the start of that and weren't confused, then I don't know what, but he went and said at the start, obviously talking directly about Sally, but he went and said that Arthur McIntosh, of course the Rat King, made sure we survived. He said Arthur made sure you survived, which makes zero sense because last I checked the Rat King was trying to kill us the entire time, but I have no idea. Also there's quotes inside Shell and Shuffle where he goes and says there's your co-star and he's hungry for brains or something like that. No, that's from Attack on Titan, but he says something similar to that each and every time, so I'm just so confused how he says that Arthur McIntosh made sure we survived. So I don't know what's happening here, but this storyline is full of lies because characters constantly lie to you. Willard's constantly lying to us. Arthur's lying to us, or maybe no, it's just Willard who's constantly lying, come think of it. Willard is just full of crap, I can tell you that much, because he just sells so many lies, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore. But anyways, the next part I want to talk about, it may give us an answer to why Arthur would want us to survive, but I'm not entirely sure. So he did say Arthur became obsessed with Willard Wyler's demise and tried to take control over his films, which maybe you could go ahead and explain that Arthur wanted us to go forward through all his films where we eventually meet Willard and of course kill him or take his throne or something like that. Maybe, but it doesn't seem likely to me. But then the second part of this, where he says that Arthur tried to take control over Willard's films from the inside, which is something we'd never even heard of before. So it's rather possible, or at least Arthur thought it was possible, to take control over Willard Wyler's films from the inside, which is really crazy, and I don't know what to make of it, because if that's actually the case, then maybe that's what we're going to be doing in DLC 4. We're just going to take control over his film universe, which would be something else, because I wouldn't even know what to think about it at that point, because then we'd have control over his films and kind of ruin all his films since we're not directors. But anyways, the last part of this quote I want to talk about is why Pam was sent into Shell and Shuffle in the first place. And what he said was to get rid of Arthur. Now that is very interesting, because Pam was sent in there to get rid of Arthur. Obviously neither side actually won because they're both alive by the time we got there. And this is really interesting because we already know that these celebrity characters were the original characters. If you guys don't know that, I'll link my video talking about that for you guys to check that out. But the main thing is that Pam Grier's original mission that she failed was to get rid of Arthur. But guess what we're doing now? We went and got rid of Arthur. We're the ones who did that. Our characters that we're playing as now, we're the people that Willard Wyler has always been looking for. We got rid of the alien, we got rid of the slasher, we got rid of the giant monster from Attack of the Radioactive thing, and of course Arthur. So it looks like we're playing right into Willard's hands right now. It seems exactly what he wants to happen is happening. He can say all he wants, that he wants us to die, but it does not seem like that's the case from listening to all these quotes, which is pretty darn interesting. It just makes so much sense that he would want us to kill these characters, since we know he sent the original crew in there to get rid of these boss zombies or whatever they're called, which, like I said, I don't know what to make of it, but I don't know what's going to happen, because if we are playing to Willard's hands, what's exactly going to happen once we do everything he wants us to do? Once we beat the DLC 4 main boss, what's going to happen after that? I'm expecting a super Easter egg, since it is keeping track if you've done the Easter eggs in previous maps. We see this in the Pack Punch room, but I'm not too sure. I'm thinking there's going to be something with a super Easter egg. We're going to do the normal Easter egg. It's going to be just like these Easter eggs we're doing before. Of course, this is speculation, just to make that clear, but I'm thinking we're going to have the normal Easter egg. It's just going to be like the previous Easter eggs. We're just going to beat the boss, and that's going to be it. But then there's going to be a super Easter egg that's going to deal with whatever results after we defeat the final boss. But anyways, that's just speculation, and I just want to throw that in at the end. But if you guys have any more ideas talking about anything we've discussed here, or really anything at all for this storyline, leave them down in the comment section, because this is getting really interesting, and it's just getting me so hyped for DLC 4. But anyways, that's about it for this video. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead and thumbs up. If you guys want to stay tuned for content similar to this, go ahead and subscribe. But I'm going to go, and I will catch you guys on my next video.